Blog Talk Radio.
You wanna talk back? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your face. I know you got to live, you know I got mine. But there's like 50 other dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir. Next caller, please. And if I don't concur, we can agree to disagree. Benefits, books, and politics. Benefits, books, and politics. Benefits, books, and politics. Benefits, books, and politics.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Fantasy Sports and Politics. It's Miss
Crazy world
to do what it is I do, and along with me is JT ATM Money. He's talking about a crazy world. What's a crazy world, JT?
what you live in.
Yeah. hey, you telling me, right?
People, I had a nice. I'm chuckling over here, and it's basically a private joke between me and him.
Yeah, because I told him earlier what I was going through. He got to hear what I was going through, and I'm like, I don't understand it.
As a government man.
Yeah. I'm trying to do this show,
God.
but at any rate, I'm trying to figure some stuff out. We've got a good show up in store for you. I'm up here still flabbergasted a little bit.
Yeah, I know you are. I can see it. I can hear it.
We're going to recap the first round. So I'm going to let Jerry start with the recap, as he knows I'm dealing with some stuff right now.
All right, people. We had a first round that was very interesting, and I had previously said that I was excited to find out, to see who went where and benefited from going to an ideal spot or rookie purgatory. I'll put it that way. Rookie purgatory due to circumstances. So quite naturally, the first round was not a surprising first pick, because ever since the college season ended, the pro football season ended, everybody knew who the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to take. And they did just that with Trevor Lawrence. Second pick was a little bit more, I wouldn't say up in the air, but the Jets took Zach Wilson.
And we told them they shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have did it, but they did.
They did anyway, yeah. You and I concurred. Unbelievably, we concurred that taking a quarterback, a caliber of Zach Wilson, is too much of a risk at number two. He does have some injury concerns, and to me, and Victor, I don't know, Victor, how I felt about that, but to me, Zach Wilson was Johnny Manziel 2.0 without the drugs. That's how I felt about it. I'm not feeling too great about the Jets picking that quarterback. I think there were better choices. I thought they should have gone with Justin Fields, but they didn't. And now there's that.
Not even Justin Fields. If they would have went with Lance, I think they would have been cool.
No. I thought the ideal spot, and we did two mock drafts, and every mock draft, if I got to pick the third pick, Trey Lance was going to San Francisco, and it was the ideal spot for the quarterback whisperer in Kyle Shanahan. Ideal spot. He goes to an extremely good team, defense and offensive-wise, with offensive weapons, including the tight end, wide receivers, and running backs. And he more than likely gets to sit back for a year and learn from Jimmy Garoppolo. If Jimmy Garoppolo can stay healthy all year. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing that happened to Alex Smith with oh my God, I can't.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you suffer because I was just suffering.
I'm trying to think of his name now. Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, there you go.
Colin Kaepernick. And once Colin Kaepernick got in, it was game over for Alex Smith. And it may be if Jimmy Garoppolo is not able to finish the season and Trey Lance steps in there, it may be game over. And with Kyle Shanahan, as imaginative as he has been with Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, he's in trouble. But we haven't gotten to that round yet. We haven't gotten to the round where Kirk Cousins. I know we're talking about RG3 and Kirk Cousins and all that, but Kirk Cousins is now in that situation because of a pick that was made yesterday by Minnesota.
Really? Okay. We're in the first round. So whatever round you're saying he's in trouble, I must admit, but
Kellen Mond was picked up by Minnesota.
Okay.
That's why I said that.
Okay. So getting past the third pick in Trey Lance, they went to I don't think this everybody's raving about this kid. How much of he's a nightmare matchup for defenses.
Kyle
and Julio, Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, Matt Ryan throwing the football. And then they add Kyle Pitts. I don't think that's a good spot for him. I do not think it's a good spot for him. He's going to get sporadic work because of all the other weapons. And that's a not good situation for a rookie tight end. Rookie tight ends historically don't do well in the first year. And usually it takes a year or two or three for a rookie tight end to show what he is. Now he goes into a situation where he's got at least two more options before he gets a third option. And I'm counting him ahead of Hayden Hurst. And that may not be the case because he got to play catch up in the offense. So I have to think with Arthur Smith coming from Tennessee, who happens to be part of a conservative offense in running the football, that Kyle Pitts is not in the ideal situation.
Yeah.
In my opinion. If he went to the next two teams we're going to talk about, it would have been a better situation. He would have had more opportunities than he has in an already established pass-happy offense. But now he has to contend with Julio, like I said, Hayden Hurst, and Ridley for opportunities, for catches. Don't expect Travis Kelce. George Kittle, even though this kid's probably as good or better than him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nature of the beast right there. If he had gone to Cincinnati, he would have been an integral part of that offense, more of an integral part. Or even Miami, he would have been going to a more integral part of the offense. And he would have been I wouldn't say afterthought, but basically an afterthought in Atlanta. Now, Arthur Smith does like throwing to the tight end, but you got Kittle. But you have Julio and Ridley on the outside. You're going to ignore them, and throw majority of your passes to the tight end? I don't think so. Okay, let's talk about number 5.
Now hold up, because this ain't the master plan, but because we didn't do Jerry's place or Taylor's place, I'm sorry that we didn't do that. I apologize. But let's talk about this for a second.
Okay.
Let's talk about this.
All right.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
He was the actual linchpin for what happened in the rest of the draft. You know, I would say, being a husband, a dad, and a fantasy football legend, I could actually speak to where the ripple effect that this had. Don't even grab the belt. Don't even grab the belt. I knew he's gonna grab the belt.
This is what this is what legends do. This is what legends do. People that are listening to the show.
I can go get belts. I can go get multiple belts and multiple trophies. You got one. You got one belt. That's wonderful. But I can get more than one. Okay. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
I told you, every show I'm showing this belt. Every show, so you can look forward to seeing this at least once during the show. So if you're going to talk about you being a fantasy football legend, you got to show the hardware and know that you are. That's all I got to say. Let's move on.
No, it's my show. I run this. You're going to do what I say. All right. Now,
here we go.
Wow.
You're crying. But you're crying.
You know what I just was dealing with, so I don't want to hear that.
This show is sponsored by Eternal Autographs and Memorabilia. You find them on Facebook, and it's Eternal Autographs and Memorabilia by Mr. FSP.
Scrolling down there, you should be good.
Scrolling down on the bottom here.
All right. So with that being said, we got some stuff going on over there, but let me get to this Kyle Pitts move. Trey Lance, let me back up on it a little bit because you kind of breezed over it. All those people were talking about how Mac Jones was going to be the pick. Now, I made the little switcheroo on our mock draft 2.0 just to see, what would happen. But the previous one, we both had Trey Lance going, or it was Justin Fields. One of us had Fields, one of us had Trey Lance going to the 49ers. And the ripple effect that had on the rest of the draft. It didn't have that big of a ripple effect because we knew, I thought that the Falcons would either get Pitts or they get a lineman, Penei Sewell. And we'll talk about his small drop, but drop nonetheless in the first round. They don't need Kyle Pitts. They don't. This was a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Pitts is a receiver, tight end, if Matt or whoever the quarterback is getting up off his back or can't get him the ball, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Who's the first? Well, let me ask you something. Who's the first option?
It's going to be Julio.
Second option.
Ridley.
Third option.
Hurst.
Fourth option.
Running back. But now that Pitts is there, it's going to go like this. I'll be honest. It'll go like this. It's going to go Julio if they keep him. Pitts, then Ridley. Listen to my reasoning. Atlanta wants to be the NFC version of the Chiefs. And the first option for the Chiefs is Travis Kelce. Then it's Tyreek Hill. Then it's the running game. And then it's everybody else. Unfortunately, they play in a division that isn't weak. It may have some weak quarterbacks, but it's not a weak division like Kansas City's playing in. The defense in the West is not as good as the defense in the NFC South. And I'm talking about the AFC West versus the NFC South. Nowhere near. So when you have pass rushers on all the teams you got to play that are stellar pass rushers, a change needs to be made. I'm just going to keep it real. A change needs to be made. You need to change out your offensive line. And this Kyle Pitts move was a luxury pick as opposed to a need. But then we moved down to Cincinnati. Now, we both had the discussion, were they going to get Pitts or Chase or Sewell? And again, a team goes for a luxury with a wide receiver as opposed to the tackle that will protect Joe Burrow. Now, Chase was interviewed on one of the NFL podcast or the Sirius XM NFL channel, and he got a call. Chase got a call the day before from his buddy, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow told him, pack his bags and get ready. So that explains the tennis shoes, the orange and black tennis shoes that Chase had on with the white suit. It was a signature or a sign that I'm going to Cincinnati. Interestingly enough, if Atlanta would have chose Chase, which there were no indications, who was the backup plan? Was it Sewell? Then we thought that Chase would be here at number 6 for Miami. He wasn't. The second best receiver on the board went to Miami and Jalen Waddle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally, great move. But I would have went for the left tackle.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead, old man, talk.
Let me tell you something. Approximately 3 years ago, in fantasy, I took the quarterback, I took the wide receiver, and you and others on at least one podcast said, what are you doing? Why are you taking the quarterback and the wide receiver? You can't stack it like that in fantasy football. I
didn't say you couldn't.
Yeah, but you poop more or less poo-pooed it. And let me tell you something.
3 years ago, Jerry. Okay.
At least 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think it took me to a championship, if I'm not mistaken. In the ESPN league. Absolutely. I remember it.
Did we start doing ESPN 3 years ago?
If I'm not mistaken.
4 years ago.
Okay, 4 years ago. Okay. The idea. Now I watched this, and it brought me back to what I did a few years ago, and have still doing. is a quarterback and his wide receiver, or a high-profile tight end. Doesn't make a difference. The fact is, this happened more than once in this draft.
Okay.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tua.
I know where you're going.
Waddle.
I know where you're going with it.
Trevor Lawrence, and Travis Etienne. I'm trying to think of who else. What other quarterback? Oh, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. It happened 4 times in the first round.
I know that.
4 times in the first round. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, check it out though. Check it out. We haven't gotten there yet, so calm down.
Okay.
Calm down.
I told you before, and I told my wife I was excited about this draft because you got to think ahead. And I'm thinking ahead of the options that are going to take place in this real life NFL and in fantasy. Oh my God, there's going to be so much fireworks in the 2021 season. And if you can pick the right players from the right team, you're going to have fantasy gold.
And he just gave you a nugget, and I agree. And look at his phone going off. All unprofessional, live on air. Yeah, you talk about me live on air. You got the phone going off.
I can't control somebody calling me.
And I can't control
because you know why? Because you know why? You wear the shirt. I am that shirt.
You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk.
No,
you're a jerk.
A fantasy football legend.
No, I am the fantasy football legend.
Yeah, okay. If you know, you don't have to wear it. You just have to be it.
Correct, and I am that. So what I'm going to tell everybody is, okay. So we're going to go to, because you talked about Waddle reuniting with Tua, which is good. Waddle didn't have his greatest season with Tua, but Tua did throw to him, so there's some chemistry, and that left Detroit to do something that was either going to be smart or a need. So, prior to Detroit at number 7, I was saying teams need to do what they needed, not the luxury. Well, Detroit said, I know we need a defensive linebacker. We need this, that, and the third. We need a wide receiver. But the best available players on the board, and we're going to grab them and shore up that offensive line for years to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So even though it wasn't the exact need.
Oh, it wasn't need.
But it wasn't the focal point need. That's what I'm saying. Spillman, who's a former Detroit Lion, who's a former linebacker, who would have gotten a linebacker had Sewell not been there. I believe it 110%. He would have got one of the linebackers. I don't think he would have got a receiver. I don't think they just got a receiver today in round 4. In round 5. The first receiver they took was in round 5. And there were plenty to take. They could have moved up. They only had 4 picks.
Hey, look.
Wait a minute. So Penei Sewell goes to Detroit.
Yep.
And
perfect move.
Does this make Jared Goff better?
Yes.
Or a fantasy relevant quarterback now?
Doesn't make a difference if he's fantasy relevant or not. It makes the Detroit Lions have a better option of protecting Jared Goff. Jared Goff needs a solid offensive line. He needs a solid offensive line. He's a deliberate quarterback and is a pocket quarterback that needs to have a line in front of him that's going to protect him and give him that time to get the ball down the field, regardless of who he throws to. And Penei Sewell, it fell on them lap. It fell in their lap.
It did.
And they couldn't be more. If you watch the Detroit Lions draft room, they were literally literally jumping for joy.
Yeah,
literally jumping for joy because they got potentially a Hall of Famer. They were giddy.
Yeah, they did this. Here's what they did, Jerry.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they were giddy.
And not only did they do that, they were saying this.
I want winners. Yeah, I knew it.
I'm just saying, that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, they got offensive lineman / left tackle that a lot of people now he's got to be proved to see if he is or not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but we talked about it though.
Yes, we did.
We talked about how when you come from the family that he comes from,
yep,
the people that he comes from,
yep,
and you play that position,
yep,
dude, your mana is going to be all goody good, and you're gonna put in that work because your grandma, your mama, your auntie, your everybody on that whole island, whether you are from there or not, you represent all of them.
Yep.
So that's a big thing. And let me tell everybody where we're at. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. Just look up Victor Gardner on YouTube. We're streaming live there. I'm gonna take it back to our Eternal Autographs and Memorabilia probably next week. But we're streaming live there. If you want to come make a comment, you don't want to call and make a comment, that's fine. But if you want to make a comment on our live stream, go to YouTube, look me up, and join the conversation. But if you want to call in, you can always dial 347-637-3220. That's 347-637-3220 on blogtalkradio.com/VICHBK. And we'll be more than happy to entertain your comment and the conversation. Let's move on. Then another shock, in my opinion, because I didn't have Carolina picking a DB.
No, I didn't either.
And I didn't have Carolina picking this DB, J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
Now, he might fit a system that they want to play, and that's why Surtain the second didn't get picked, but Surtain the second got picked by the Broncos next, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But JC's more of a physical corner. Yeah, he talks. He talks.
He likes to talk. He likes to talk. He's a talker.
He is. But what do you think was the reason why Carolina went after him as opposed
defense? Their backside defense. Look who they're playing up against.
Correct.
Jameis Winston and New Orleans Saints.
Pick waiting to happen.
Tom Brady and Bruce Arians' offense. And then you're talking about Matt Ryan and that offense with Julio. They need DBs.
They do. So
I'm surprised, but I can completely understand it.
So Denver then does something that I'm like, okay, why did Denver do this? But they get Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
And it goes back to exactly what you said. Look what they got to face.
Yep.
Look what they got to face. He doesn't have the speed to cover Tyreek Hill, but he can check him. He doesn't have the speed to cover Henry Ruggs, but he can check him. He can probably stay with Keenan Allen and give him problems. But Denver goes against Pat Surtain the second. And I don't agree with it, but they got the best player available. Talk to me.
Defensive-minded coach. I would have probably went in a different way. I don't know why they have so much faith in their quarterback, Drew Lock, because He
They
was
did get Teddy Bridgewater.
well. Let me put it this way: how much better is Teddy Bridgewater compared to Drew Lock?
He's a better decision maker.
Okay,
His arm strength and talent, no, but decision making, yes.
I don't think it's a big step up.
No.
Well, let me put it this way: they went and got Teddy Bridgewater when there's other quarterbacks on the board and not being picked up. That would be, in my opinion, would have been a better option. But it's a defensive-minded coach, and he wanted to get a playmaker in the backside of the defense to go up against Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr. All three offenses that like throwing the football down the field.
Yeah.
So
no, I got it. They have a good, talented secondary as is, but it is what it is.
And a good pass rush.
Yeah. So you don't need a stellar corner when you have that type of pass rush.
Yeah.
But I understand what they did.
Yeah.
And I don't understand at the same time. But let's talk about what the Eagles did, which I thought here's the two things. If Penei Sewell was not at number 7 and Detroit didn't get a linebacker, this is the guy I thought they would get. Heisman Trophy winner, Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, as Jerry was saying, tag teaming back up with his college quarterback who was his quarterback for one season, I believe, because that was the year that Tua came on and won the championship game, throwing the ball, the winning touchdown to Smith. So he was with Jalen for one season, his freshman year. I think it's a good pick. People want to equate him to Deshaun Jackson with the speed. Deshaun has crazy speed. I don't think he has the same speed as Deshaun, but the size is the same, and the ability I think is a little better than Deshaun. I think the ability is a little better, especially coming out of college. Will he learn how to stay healthy and add some meat? He's going to have to. He's not injury prone, but he's also not going up against 150, 170-pound corners anymore. He's going up against 200-pound corners, 210-pound corners, and linebackers that can stay with them. So I thought that was a good move. Then we go to Chicago, who traded with the Giants to get this pick. They come up 9 spots.
And you know they're going after a quarterback.
Yes.
You know they're going after QB. Absolutely.
And the QB happens to be Justin Fields. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Fields with a running game, Justin Fields with
Allen Robinson, Cole Kmet, Darryl Mooney.
Wait a minute. And give him a decent tight end. Because I know Jimmy's still there, but Jimmy's on the down side.
Cole Kmet.
But you run David Montgomery. Nagy's trying to save his job. So is the GM.
He better do something.
And they did it. They did it. I believe that, especially with Aaron Rodgers reportedly saying the things he's said and wanting out of there. If Aaron Rodgers is not happy and he's not playing, Chicago wins this division. They win the division outright. I'm not even looking at Minnesota. I'm not looking at Green Bay. If Aaron Rodgers is out. And I say that because I believe Justin Fields is that good of a player. I don't know why you leaning like that, like you having some type of.
I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised you're saying what you're saying.
Oh, well, I'm saying it because I honestly believe in Justin Fields. Mm-hmm. He's going to come in mid-season after, Andy Dalton struggles a little bit, and he's going to just take the job. I guarantee you Justin Fields is going to play in the preseason, and he's going to put up crazy stats, and people are like, play Justin, but they're not going to do that right away because they understand. Look, let the kid have a couple. There's the phone again. Justin,
I'm an important person, man.
You're something. But Justin Fields is that good of a player to me, and I agree with the move.
Oh yeah,
to move up, because obviously, in my opinion, New York was going to get one of those corners, or New York was looking at getting something else, and they ended up trading back. They got what they wanted, I guess, at their pick. But that made room for the Dallas Cowboys, who traded with Philly.
Wait a minute. Before you go any further, I think New York was looking to get one of the wide receivers.
Yeah, Waddle.
Waddle, and the second choice would have been Devontae Smith. And once the Eagles picked him, that's when they decided, we're going down because we can't get what we exactly want. I think if we trade down, we can get our next best option. True. That's why Chicago and New York didn't make that move with each other.
Yep. And Dallas, again, I love the pick. But I hate the team. The trade came from San Francisco via Miami, via Philly, via to Dallas. And they get Micah Parsons, man.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Lee.
They were looking to get Patrick Surtain.
Oh, I know.
They fell in love with Patrick Surtain. And once he got taken in 9, he says, same thing with the Giants. Let's get the hell out of here.
Get a pick or two.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think they got an extra 4th rounder, if I'm not mistaken.
And they got a wild man.
Oh, yeah.
Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
So
crazy. Now, here was the first shock to me.
A little shock?
Well, I said here. I'm about to tell you because I didn't say it yet. Rashaan Slater.
Not a shock to me.
I know you had him going early, but you didn't have him. Yeah, I think in the mock draft 2.0, you had him going to the Chargers, I think.
Yeah. Yep. You got to protect your franchise quarterback, man.
Yeah, but I didn't think he would be the number 2 guy. I thought it would be Darshaw or it would be Tucker. And Tucker ended up going to the Jets, who traded with Minnesota. So you saw 2 offensive tackles. Well, Tucker, Vera Tucker is going to be used as a guard. But you saw both of those go. And this made everything so much easier for the Patriots, who didn't have to go anywhere. Because the quarterback they actually wanted that fits the system that Tom Brady was successful in.
Yeah. It just you see my hands? My hands? It just fell into their hands. It didn't have to do anything.
Not a damn thing.
Just wait. All I had to do was wait.
Yeah. So when they did this, and Mac Jones like had a hip problem walking out there. I don't know what his problem. Looked like he got messed up hips or something.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, it did. That's what it looked like to me. But Mac Jones goes to Bill Belichick. Oh, my goodness. He's going to sit for a year or half the year.
Maybe.
I see
Maybe.
What I think is this. If you remember what happened with Drew Bledsoe and Tom Brady.
Last time they had a first round quarterback. Drew Bledsoe.
Yes. And when Drew Bledsoe got knocked out that game, Tom Brady came in.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady never left. He never left. And my thought process is Cam Newton's going to probably get knocked out of a game. Cam Newton's probably going to be ineffective. And if Mac Jones gets in there, he's efficient. And that's all the Patriots need. They don't need a mad bomber.
No, they need efficiency.
Yes.
Exactly right about that.
So Mac goes to the Patriots. Rich get richer. Talk about the next couple picks, JT.
Xavier Collins, 16 at Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals need.
Go ahead.
The rich get richer, man. This is an extremely good pick. They need a playmaker on the defense.
Yep.
And they got one.
A guy that doesn't have a set position.
Well, check this out. And what do they have? What do these players have in common? Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Jimmy Garoppolo, or Trey Lance. They all quarterbacks, and they play in the what? NFC West. You got to get after the quarterback. These are all high octane offenses. You got to get after the quarterback. Yeah. And whoever you're throwing to. That's why they got Xavier Collins, who's an extremely versatile linebacker.
Now, with that being the case, let's go to number 17. And this was a head scratcher.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
What are the Raiders? You know what?
You talking about the Raiders?
Yeah. Alex Leatherwood.
I don't know, man.
Is it because he's from Alabama? Is that why?
I don't love this pick.
Neither do I.
They do need line help, but he's more of a second-round pick versus a first-round pick.
A mid-first-round pick, not even a late first-round pick.
Yeah. I don't get this one.
I mean, the Raiders have been known to do some crazy things.
Really?
Especially with Darchar out there. And I understand how they want to tackle.
Yeah.
I understand that. But why'd you get that tackle instead of the Darchar? Christian Darchar. I didn't understand it. But then Miami kept it in-house. They got the Miami Hurricane, Jalen Phillips, who had question marks about him because he was didn't have a good pro day. I believe he also set out this year.
I was going to say, doesn't he have some injury issues?
I don't think he has injury issues, but I think he's set out.
Okay.
And he didn't have a good pro day, so it didn't have him look good.
Okay.
And then I just knew Joke was going to get picked. JOK. I just knew JOK was going to get picked by Washington. Washington did get a linebacker.
I don't understand that. Linebacker.
Jamin Davis is a very explosive, very fast, go after the quarterback linebacker.
Don't you need offensive line help?
Yes. And I thought either Darshar or Jock was going to be on our menu because both were available. But neither were selected. They went and got this outstanding linebacker who rushes the quarterback but isn't a good coverage linebacker. We play a 4-3 now. We have Sweat and we have Young at the ends.
Yes.
So unless you're going to, do a subset and rush this guy because he's not covering the tight end. He's damn sure not covering the running back out the backfield. And he's not a middle linebacker, but he plays middle. But you got two very young and explosive middle linebackers in Cole Holcomb and somebody. Listen. I thought they were going to get an outside linebacker that could rush the quarterback but cover when need be, and that was JOK.
I thought they were going to go offensive line, definitely in this. I didn't think because how their defense played and how they are that they would go back to defense.
But they did. And it's fine. I understand Ron Rivera is a defensive.
It's a good pick, but not 19.
No. They could have got him later in the – I think he was one of the last linebackers picked, if not the last linebacker picked in the first round. But we're about to find out. Then the Giants, with their trade with Chicago, come up and get wide receiver. And I didn't think this was a good pick. I thought they should have got the guy out of Mississippi. But Kadarius Toney out of Florida, speed to burn.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah.
But not a big body guy.
No.
You know, you got Galladay, who's a big body guy, but I think it's better to have Galladay plus kid out of Mississippi State plus Sterling Shepard plus
Darius Slayton.
There you go. But now you got a bunch of Smurfs.
Yeah. You got one Jolly Giant.
Yep.
In Galladay, and he got a bunch of Smurfs. But they picked up some picks. They picked up a first-round pick next year.
That's fine. But they could have gotten the better receiver at this pick plus those draft picks. But it's the Giants. They're going to do giant things. Now, prepay.
This is my favorite player in this draft.
Really? Why?
Kwity Paye. I love the name. You'll remember the name Kwity. You'll hear it again. Okay. Remember the name Kwity. You'll hear it again.
I mean, I'm quite sure you will, but I thought they were going to go tackle, especially with Darshaw still there. They didn't.
Kwity cent piece.
I got it. You pairing him with Brenton Buckner. Woo, nasty. Then the Tennessee Titans go after Caleb Farley at cornerback out of Virginia Tech, pick 22. A good pick. They needed it. And Farley had a couple he had some injuries or whatever, and apparently he had some tape, some of the healing tape, I forget what it's called, on his back during his pro day. And I guess this is the rumor. That's what caused him to slide. People was like, oh, he's not 100% healthy. Whatever. Then Minnesota.
I told you they needed offense.
Yeah, you're right. They did. But here's the deal. Darshaw shouldn't have been there.
I love this pick, man.
I do too. But
I can't believe that he dropped down to him. He's one of the best tackles in the draft.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins needs a lot of protection.
He does.
He needs a lot of protection. This guy is a great pass blocker and run blocker. So, I mean, Christian Darshaw.
That's why I was like, I don't know why Washington passed on him.
Minnesota was jumping for joy when they got this guy.
Hell yeah. Then the pick that I told you was going to happen.
I don't like this pick. I don't like this pick. Wait a minute. Let me put it this way. If he got picked in the second round, wait a minute. If he got picked in the second round, I could take it. But in the first round here, he's a good player, but running backs are not a Saquon Barkley. This is not a Saquon Barkley. This is not a Saquon Barkley. You do not take this guy or the next guy in the first round.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think Najee Harris, as I've done in our mock drafts, is a great player and a great person.
Not the best running back in this draft.
He is. And we saw. Now, again, this next pick blows Jerry's mock, fantasy thing up to hell, like I told him it would. To hell.
Back-to-back running backs? Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
ATN goes to Jacksonville.
And
what happens?
He's the reincarnation of Gio Bernard. Travis Etienne, reincarnation of Gio Bernard.
Oh.
Come on, man. Yes, he is.
No.
Let me put it this way. We haven't gotten to the round that the best back, in my opinion, went in.
Which was the fourth round, right?
Nope.
Fourth round, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
There's only one player.
Williams
Wait a minute. There's only one. There's only one player, and my wife is a witness that I jumped off my couch and clapped when he got picked, because he got picked in the right spot in an ideal situation that he's going to excel. And I think he's the best back in the draft.
You okay?
Oh man, I'm excited for this kid.
Okay. Well, Travis Etienne is going to supplant Robinson as the running back, and he's in the top 5.
What did you say before? A luxury pick? This is a luxury pick. They got a back, a three down back that was undrafted and one of the best backs in football.
Apparently, Urban Meyer and Shad Khan didn't think so. So. All right.
Wait a minute. It's not the first back that didn't know how. It's not the first coach that doesn't know how to use running backs. I'm just saying, not the first or last coach that doesn't know how to use running backs.
All right, let's move on before Jerry has a conniption fit out here.
I get passionate. I get passionate about running backs, man. You know that. I get passionate about running backs. Foundation of any offense, including fantasy.
You done?
I'm done now. I'm sorry. I get a little carried away, man.
Greg Newsome II from Northwestern goes to Cleveland. Cleveland is having a great draft.
Yes, they are.
Cleveland's having a great draft. That's all I can say.
Yes, they are.
I mean, they get 2 stud defenders, but we haven't got to the second one yet, which I was like, how the hell did this kid fall so far? But whatever.
Well, there's a lot of players, a lot of good players ahead, man. It's very easy. Just like Max Jones fell, Greg Newsome II falls to Cleveland because of the circumstances and needs of teams.
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Jock, but okay, yes. So he goes there. Then Rashad Bateman. This kid is the truth. But he's a slight guy. I thought Baltimore was going after a big play, big guy.
Yeah, I know.
This Rashad is a very talented receiver, but not the impact type of receiver that Baltimore needed. We talked about it. Were they going to get DN? Were they going to get offensive help? I mean, they got offensive help, but it was Bateman. And I love Bateman. Don't get me wrong. I love him. But he's going to a place that they don't throw the ball to receivers too often. At least that's what Dez Bryant said. Peyton Turner, defensive end, goes to the New Orleans Saints. We did talk about New Orleans getting a defensive end, but I think we had Russo or somebody else and not Peyton Turner. I don't think we had Peyton Turner at all in either of our mocks.
No.
So I don't know why someone felt that he was better than Russo or Owe or Tryon, but they did. But speaking of names and stuff like that, Green Bay.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You know, hey, let me put it this way: you take a Aaron Rodgers doll and the GM and just slap him around and give him no respect. Year after year, no wide receiver, they decide to go to a DB. Come on, man.
And Stokes out of Georgia isn't the best DB left on the board, but that's what they picked. And they did get a receiver in the fifth round.
Fifth round wide receiver. Come on, man.
I got it. Now we go to the Bills, Ravens, and Buccaneers. All three picked edge rushers. Greg Rousseau to Buffalo, who actually jumped through a table.
Rich gets richer, man.
Once he found out he was going to Buffalo.
Rich get richer.
Yeah. Adolphe Awi goes to the Ravens. Rich get richer out of Penn State. That's the trade with the Kansas City gave Baltimore for their left tackle. And Joe Tryon. We talked about the Bucs getting a defensive end, but I didn't see Tryon going there. You know, Washington, the kid didn't play this year. But I guess, you know, they saw all they needed to see. And that was the first round. How do you think the first round went, JT?
I thought the first round went, put it this way, a lot of people thought certain players would get picked higher. But like I said, I'll say it again. Due to circumstances and the need of different teams for certain players, including quarterbacks, a lot of these players dropped, just like Matt Jones fell to the Patriots. They didn't have to make a move. It fell to them. And some of these players like Rousseau, and let me just look at the first round again, and just to recap it real quick. I'm trying to think of who else that I was surprised was still there, and they picked up first round. Talking later down in there, we're talking about Kwity Paye. I thought he'd go higher, but he didn't. Greg Newsome, and I already said Gregory Newsome. And the fact is, I didn't think Micah Parsons would go up where he went. I thought he would go lower with a linebacker needy team.
90 seconds.
But he didn't. And Patrick Surtain, that was surprised, even to the Dallas Cowboys, that he went to the Denver Broncos. So, and J.C. Horn was picked before Surtain. I thought Surtain would be the first DB off the box.
Yeah, so did I.
Seconds.
So did I.
So there were some surprises, but I'm excited about a record was made this, and Panay Stillwell finished it off. The first 7 picks were offensive players for the first time ever. First 7 picks.
I got it. So I have an idea what you're going to say about the second round. I already know what you're going to say.
No, you don't know.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't know.
Yeah, I do. So let's start the second round real quick. Tyson Campbell.
10 seconds.
Goes to Jacksonville.
Okay. That's
Georgia.
That's not a wow pick to me.
Oh, I know. Elijah Moore goes to your Jets. He should have been gone.
Well, they picked their
quarterback.
They picked their offensive lineman.
Then they got
now they got the wide receiver. And in a minute, we'll talk about who we picked after that.
You're about to get excited. I know you are.
No. Oh, I'm about to get excited, man. Because in the 35th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, my boy got taken by the Denver Broncos. And Melvin Gordon, you're on notice. You're on notice. That's a fact. You're on notice. Devontae Booker and whoever else, you don't even count. This boy, Javonte Williams, running back from North Carolina, is the real deal. Three down back, and catch the ball out of the backfield with no problem. Broke the most tackles in college football last season. Plain and simple. Over Najee Harris, over Travis Etienne. Broke 7.3 yards a carry. And I'm not looking at it. I know it. Because this kid is a real deal.
I didn't say he was a real deal.
Oh my God.
I never look, old man. I never said he wasn't a real deal. I just believe that Najee Harris is better.
Let me say 7.3 yards a carry.
He didn't touch the ball that much during
broke the most tackles. Okay, you just said he didn't touch the ball much, but he broke the most tackles in the NCAA last season. Come on, man.
Okay, are you happy about that?
Oh, I told my wife, and I'm telling you, there's only one player I jumped off the couch and clapped and said yeah for, because this kid, I love this kid. And when I love a running back, you better take notice, man. I'm telling you, you better take notice. I love this kid. I think he's the best back in this draft. And if those on Block Talk Radio, I hope you're listening. Trust me when I tell you, I think this guy is the best back in the draft. And if those on Block Talk Radio, I hope you're listening. Trust me when I tell you, I think this guy is the best back in the draft.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. You're listening. Trust me when I tell you.
I got it on loop.
Okay. And can catch the ball out backfield.
Listen. I'm not debating that, guy. All I'm saying is he's not better than Najee. Now, let's move on. Are you finished pontificating about the person that you love the most, other than yourself?
What are you talking about?
You're all on this running back. He's our best. He was 7. Okay, can I move on?
I'm pounding the table for this guy, man.
But can I move on? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, we can move on.
Okay.
I just wanted to make my point known.
You made it known.
I know it. Good. I'm glad now. Now we can move on.
Okay. Woo! Miami's up. And this is an interesting pick.
First safety off the board. I'm surprised.
Yeah, first safety. Javon Holland, Oregon. I'm like, I thought TCU safety was better. I was wrong. Yeah. Or it fits their system better. Then we're going to go to the Eagles, and they go get a center, which tells me that Kelsey is probably out the window or out the door with Landon Dickerson out of Alabama.
Well, not necessarily. This guy is a versatile lineman, man. So doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a center or a guard. So he could be either one of them. He's a versatile lineman. So you have to think that Miles Sanders is going to be happy about this, because this guy is a very good run blocker. If he gets into the starting lineup, He should be
second round pick. He's getting in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go to the Patriots, who got this pick from Cincinnati, who picked up
back to Bama.
Yeah, back to Bama. Christian Barmore. You said he was the best defensive lineman. He was the first
big boy
defensive tackle taken, which was really good for them. But they don't have the Patriots don't have a good reputation about holding on to defensive linemen. They just don't. What else was I going to say here? We go on to Chicago, who gets a guy that we both thought was going to move a little earlier, but ends up being a second-round pick in Tevin Jenkins.
So far, Chicago's having a very good draft.
Yes, I agree. But I thought he was going to go earlier. He did not. Atlanta comes back and gets a second safety, which isn't, again, in my opinion, the best safety up there, and Richie Grant out of the University of Central Florida. Followed by the Lions getting the defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike. I can't get his last name. Onwuzurike.
Yes. Okay. That's close enough. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel you, brother.
You notice I didn't try to correct you because I couldn't pronounce it myself.
Moving on, we got the Dolphins back up with Liam.
I like this pick.
Offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Tell us why you like it so much. Tell us why you like it so much.
He's a high floor guard tackle, and he helps fill out that offensive line, which they needed this. I know it's a pretty high pick in the second round, but this guy's worth it. He's worth it. And how many Notre Dame, Brian Kelly type guys end up in the NFL and performing well as offensive linemen? And I like this guy because we talk about Wisconsin, we talk about Iowa as offensive lineman Well, I think Notre Dame linemen who are offensive linemen is not far behind. And this is a big boy. And I think he can hold his own in this.
Okay. Moving on. The Raiders finally make a smart decision. They pick up Trevin Moehrig.
That was very good pick in my opinion.
Yeah. Out of TCU, they traded with San Francisco to get this pick.
Some people think he's the best safety in this draft.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it was the best pick. And you pair him with Abrams, the reckless abandonment of Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! They started to do something decent on the back end in Las Vegas.
They need it.
They did.
Well, look who they're going against.
I know.
The two best quarterbacks, in my opinion, in football.
You're gonna put what
did I tell you last year?
Mahomes, but Herbert is not the best in football.
I said he's the second best. I said the two best. Of course,
oh God. Okay.
I think I said it last year, and I'm saying it again. And I know it's a bold statement. Justin Herbert. I'm sorry, is the next best quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I'm not going to knock it right now because I did say several years ago that he should have been the first overall pick.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Burrow's a beast. Man. Burrow's a beast.
But you can't sit here and say that he's the second best quarterback, but then say Burrows is a beast and you don't know, man. So You gotta put Burrow ahead of him, or you put him behind him.
I'll put him behind Burrow.
Okay, so
no. Wait a minute. Let me say it again. I put Burrow behind him.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on. Dallas. They have Kelvin Joseph, cornerback out of Kentucky. Good cornerback. I don't think he's in the echelon of the cornerbacks they were looking for, but they had to grab one because I would have got Asante Samuel. That's just me. But
yeah, I don't know why they did. Asante Samuel, 5'10".
Don't matter.
Kelvin Joseph. Some people like DBs over 6 feet. He's not. Asante Samuel's 5'10". Kelvin Joseph, 6'1".
That don't mean nothing when it comes to skill.
I understand what you're saying.
I know, and I get what you're saying.
But ownership and GMs are fickle.
They are. All right, so let's move on. Walker Little, offensive tackle out of Stanford, goes to Jacksonville as they try to rebuild that offensive line. Then Jackson Carman, guard, Clemson, goes to the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it got the cookie. Asante Samuels goes to the Chargers. What you got to say about that?
Derwin James, they just picked up his fifth-year option.
Yep.
Asante Samuel, Derwin James. They got to go against Patrick Mahomes and Carr and Drew Luck. But I'm just saying, you got to have some backside defense that can compete, man.
Yes, you're right. So then we go to the 49ers, who get a guard out of Notre Dame, Aaron Banks. Rondell Moore goes, that young, small receiver that packs a punch, goes down to a system in Arizona that will accentuate his capabilities. Well, that's a smart pick.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Christian Kirk is no bigger than this, right?
No, Chris Kirk's bigger than him. He's taller than him.
Well, how much bigger?
This kid's only like 5'8".
Christian Kirk is what? Is he 6 feet?
Yeah, I think he's about 6 feet.
He's 6 feet?
About
this kid's a little water bug, 5'9", 180.
Yeah. And he's fast and he's a muscle. He is a muscle. So I thought that was a very good pick.
Okay.
Then
this guy, the next one that went to the Giants. Oh my God! I can't believe they got him in the second round. This was a first round guy.
Azeez Ujulari.
We had him. We had him both times in our draft, going to Tampa Bay with the last pick in the first round.
Yeah, or somewhere about there.
Yeah. And the Giants and the Giants get the 50th pick, which is crazy. This is a really good pick.
I agree.
Great value pick for the Giants. I'm not a big Gettleman guy, but he I wouldn't say he knocked it out of the park, but it was damn close. Damn close. Inside the park home run. Inside the park home run.
Speaking of which, I'm number 4 in my fantasy baseball league, but we'll talk about that later.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Time out. Yeah. I'm sorry, people.
No, we're doing. Let's finish the round.
Okay.
Let's finish the round.
Oh, let's finish the round. Okay.
Bum ass.
We got a lot of long way to go, man.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. How much time we got?
You got about what? I made a 2-hour show.
Okay.
So we got 45 minutes.
Okay, we got more. We got time. Yes. We got time. All right, talk to me. You got the 51st pick, offensive lineman out of Texas, which you should have done in the first. Which you should have done in the first round.
I know.
Now you got this guy in the second round. Talk to me about it, because I don't know a damn thing about him.
Okay, so he's a very he's a power tackle. So when they say he's stiff at the knees with the bend, that means he's either going to be upright to pass block or he's going to be down at 3-point. His bend from 3-point to up is not that good. Ooh. He was a good tackle for S. Ellinger, I believe his name is, at Texas. Good player, but what Washington could have done, especially seeing that Joke was not picked as of yet, they could have still got their tackle, Darshaw or somebody else in the first round and came back in the second and got Joke. Just my opinion. They let Cleveland get him with the next pick. But Sam Cosmi, he's a good player. We'll see him do some work. He's not replacing well, he will be replacing, but he's not the same as having Trent Williams. Not at all. But Cleveland quickly gets their pick in.
Yes, they did.
And gets Jeremiah Owusu.
And they jump for joy.
Yeah.
They literally jump for joy when they made this pick.
Yes, because they have two first-round picks.
Yep.
They got 2 first-round picks at 2 need positions.
Yep.
And this kid, I swear I was rolling when I saw his pro day and some of his game film. I didn't get it. I don't know why he fell so far. But Cleveland got him. And I wish Washington would have, but what's done is done. Well, Tennessee then comes back on the board.
Timeout. Timeout.
Go ahead.
Cleveland Browns, AFC North champions.
Were they the champions?
AFC North champions. 2021.
So they were? Or are you saying that they're going to be?
Are they going to be? 2021 AFC North champions. They are picking up some studs. You forget they got Jadeveon Clowney also.
I already know. I know. I can't. I got to see the rest of this. Matter of fact, Cleveland got Greg Newsome, Jeremiah Osawa Komara, Anthony Schwartz, that speedy ass wide receiver. Mm-hmm. They got to tackle James Hudson. They're on the clock right now. They got Tommy Tagali, defensive tackle, in the 4th. Oh my goodness.
AFC North, man.
And let me see. Their pick is in. And I got to decide after I see this pick. I'll decide after I see this pick. Woohoo! I'm waiting to see.
Why do you have to decide after the 5th round? It's a 5th round pick, man.
But it doesn't matter. It could be a player that should have been picked a lot earlier.
Okay.
It's in, but it doesn't say who. Based on what I'm seeing, I'm gonna say yes. And I'm gonna say yes off the strength of building that defense and continuing what they were doing on the offense.
And they get Odell Beckham back.
Oh, they're keeping him? They didn't trade him? They didn't cut him? Well, hell yeah. To think that they're going to play a 3rd place schedule. It's crazy because what that tells me is, and there's your phone again, just can't be professional, can we? Just can't be professional.
No, it's my doctor.
Oh, well, we got to take care of the doctor.
Texting me about my appointment.
Okay, well, you better talk to you about your excitement, too. But, yes, I think they will be the AFC champions this year. So, Tennessee goes out and gets offensive tackle out of North Dakota State, Dylan Radens. The Colts then get Dayo out of – Dayo They like him because I can't get his last name. I didn't.
Edge rusher out of Indy.
There you go. No, out of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt. Yeah.
Steelers turn around and get a tight end. Penn State, Pat Fairmouth, who's supposed to be the second best tight end in the draft.
I'm not liking Pittsburgh's draft so far.
Of course not. You're a hater. All right.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that here comes Bernie Kosar to give the Browns selection.
Okay. But with that being the case, Seattle picks Dwayne Eskridge out of Western Michigan at wide receiver. The Rams get Tutu Atwell, wide receiver out of Louisville. And the Chiefs get linebacker Nick Bolton out of Missouri. Let me tell you who the Cleveland Browns get.
A linebacker.
Shh. I didn't see it yet. Tony Fields a second.
Look, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this.
Oh, you're finally a Browns believer?
No. I'm telling you this. I'm trying to give you some old man and young man advice.
I'm listening.
If you have high-speed internet, you don't have DSL or anything like that. Either have Fios or you have cable.
Listen, guy, where I live in the boons.
What?
No. I said where I live in the boons, that's not an option.
Do you have cable?
No, but I'm using who's the cable provider? Xfinity for my service.
Okay. Right now, that's what you're in a position to have Xfinity, or you have Xfinity.
Yes, I have Xfinity internet service.
I'm going to send you a link of a service that will only cost you one TV, $15 a month, for any additional device, $5 a month. So if you have 4 TVs, just think about this. $15 for the first one, $5 or $15 basically for the second, third, and fourth TV.
What's that do with the internet service?
Which is the total of $30 a month.
What does that do with the internet service?
Listen to what I'm saying to you, Grasshopper.
Okay.
I've been using this service for a year, and I have not paid an exorbitant amount of price. It's a streaming service.
I got that.
Streaming service.
Again,
and baseball, football,
I recall.
and Major League Baseball. Any game over 2,000 channels. I'm going to send you a link. You go to the link and you think about it carefully, because it'll save you hundreds of dollars.
I got it. But what I'm saying is, you're talking about my streaming service. Then you talk.
Well, let me tell you something. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
We'll talk after this show. I'm going to try to explain to you real deal here and how I can save you some solid money.
Okay.
And I always know you're interested in saving some money.
Of course I am.
Okay.
Of course.
I've been using this for almost a year and a half now. Solid.
Okay.
Solid. I've been trying to turn.
What does that have to do with my internet provider?
We'll talk offline.
Because I don't use them for anything other than internet services. I use Roku for everything else. All right, we'll talk. All right, let's finish up the round so we can talk about how great my baseball team is. Terrence Marshall Jr., LSU wide receiver, goes to the Panthers. The Saints pick up linebacker out of Ohio State, Pete Werner. Buffalo gets another defensive player, defensive end out of Wake Forest, Boogie Basham.
God help Zach Wilson.
Yeah, man.
When they go up against Buffalo going to send the kitchen sink after him. Then some.
Oh, yeah. Then the Packers, they address a need. They get the center, which we thought they were going to get in the first round. They get Ohio State's Josh Myers. Another center then comes off the board for the Chiefs, Creed Humphrey.
This is a bad boy. No, you notice.
Oh, you Boomer Sooner. What else are you thinking?
You notice after that Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes was running for his life, they kicked to the curb their offensive lineman, and who have they picked up? Joe Toney, Brown from the Ravens,
Mm-hmm.
and this kid to protect their franchise quarterback. They got a serious offensive line on paper right now, man.
They do.
Because they got 2 all-pro tackles and this kid, a rookie, to learn from.
And it's all to protect Pat as well as run the ball.
Yep.
That's what I see.
Mm-hmm.
And with the last pick in the second round, and I thought he would go higher in the second round, but being the last pick in the second round isn't bad. And to learn from Tom Brady, another esteemed pocket quarterback.
I mean, he don't have to go far.
Nope. You ain't got to go far. He's going down to Tampa.
That's right.
Kyle
Trask. Yep.
And I think Trask is a very good quarterback.
Yep, he is.
Because when Pittman was hurt, he made Toney a draft pick. He made Toney an NFL second-round draft pick because he used the hell out of Toney because Pittman wasn't on the field. I don't want to go over round 3. Round 1 and 2 was good enough. I'll let you go over round 3, 4, or whatever tomorrow while I'm on the plane.
Well, I got to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
In round 3 is significant because Houston, Seattle, and the Rams didn't have a first-round pick. Houston didn't have a second-round pick. They picked their first pick. That's stupid. They made their first pick in the third round, and it was the quarterback and David Smith. But before that, in the third round, Minnesota probably took their successor to Kirk Cousins, Kellen Mond. So the third round is significant for 2 things. Kirk Cousins is in the same situation that he was in Washington.
But reversed.
But reversed. He's got somebody looking over his shoulder now from the third. Kirk Cousins, I think, was picked in the 4th round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Well, this kid was picked in the 3rd round, so we really have to pay attention to what he's doing.
Oh, and Mund is somebody.
And it looks like Deshaun Watson's not coming back. So
that's your team.
Unfortunately.
That's your team, player.
And the fact, I'm just looking down here real quick in the 3rd round. The Packers picked their AR. They picked their AR in a 3rd round with the 85th pick in the 2021 draft. Green Bay Packers pick Amari Rogers, wide receiver out of Clemson. Finally, Aaron Rodgers finally
gets
finally they stopped slapping him around and decided to talk to him. Listen, I should say.
Well,
and he gave him a good option. This guy's no slouch.
He's not.
We'll see how it works out.
So, with that being said, rumors are Aaron has stated he doesn't want to be there. He wants to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
Where would he land? Before we talk about the greatness.
Anywhere he wants to.
No, not if Green Bay has anything to say about it.
Anywhere he wants. Well, let me put it this way. I think Green Bay follows the same philosophy they had with Brett Favre. They would not trade him within the NFC. They'll trade him to any place in the AFC.
Oh, my bad. I'm not.
And let me say this. And it wasn't in the. Yeah, it had to be in the fourth round. And the significant thing, and the only significant thing I can see in the fourth round is this. Hold on, let me get there. Is that the New York Football Jets decided to take, and it is what it is. But I don't have high hopes for this guy because I think he's the weaker of the two backs. Michael Carter out of North Carolina, running back.
Yes.
Went to the Jets in the fourth round.
Well, listen, he nor Williams ran the ball a significant amount to have a lot of wear and tear.
Scat back, receiving back. That's what he is.
I got it, but those are your Jets, so
not my Jets. The only reason I'm saying is because he was the second half or second part of the running back combination in North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm saying that. It has nothing to do with the freaking Jets.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're going to go back to him now that Deshaun's going to be leaving Houston. So, I mean, I'm just waiting. But I was mistaken. My basketball team is the fourth ranked. But my baseball team, what do you think I am out of 12?
You said you were fourth.
I know, but I was mistaken. That's the basketball team.
Oh.
So out of 12 teams, what do you think my baseball team is?
It's not number one.
Not yet. But what do you think they are?
Are they in the top four?
No.
Okay, then they're in the middle of the pack. They're number 6.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that?
Not last, like you were saying.
Look, I said they were numbers. I said they were number 6 because the roster you have was a middle roster.
Well, I made a trade. I made a small trade.
And
I'm going to tell you the team now. This is the team. Justin McCann, New York Mets catcher. Freddie Freeman. Jose Altuve. Jaime Ramirez. Correa. Verdugo, Boston's outfielder. Aaron Judge. Tapia. Gurriel. Ohani as a batter, and I got Ohani as a pitcher. Hernandez, second base out of Cleveland. Vasquez, who's the Boston Red Sox catcher and first baseman. Didi Gregorius. My pitchers, Woodruff, Miley, Jansen, Urias, Nuris.
Stop. Give me your starting pitcher.
That's what I'm doing.
Jansen's not a starting pitcher.
I know, but they have They have 2 starting pitchers, 2 relief pitchers, 4 regular pitchers. So,
what are your regular pitchers?
Regular pitchers: Woodruff, Miley. Yeah, you raised me. Look at that. Arietta. Sorry about that. Jake Arietta. Ohani. Eflin. Plesac, Strasburg, and Fried. They say Freed, but it's Fried.
Tell me what how well is Strasburg? How well is Strasburg working out for you?
He's on the DL right now because of a
How well? I tried to tell you.
He's coming back.
I tried to tell you early. How well is Strasburg working out for you?
He's coming back this week.
I tried to tell you. You don't listen. You do not listen. But that's okay. I told you don't believe a name. Strasburg, forget it.
Dude, I didn't believe in a name.
Yes, you did.
I believed in a player.
Yeah, okay. I would have never picked Strasburg. I'll let somebody else be a fool and take him.
See, why you gotta go there, old man?
I told you, it's not like I didn't tell you early. It's not like I'm telling you after the fact. Well, after the fact you drafted him. But I could have told you if you were thinking about Strasburg, don't do it.
Only if Mama Taylor would have told me, I would have not.
Oh, no, I told you, no. You Vic, you're lucky you're 6 out of 12 team. You're lucky. You are lucky you're 6th.
I'm
because
good.
You suck at fantasy football. I mean, baseball, man. You suck. You're bad. You're bad. I told you. I've seen you in action. You were bad.
I am not that bad.
Yeah.
You know what? Next year, even though I'm going to be somewhere else, I'm going to do a fantasy baseball league. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And we'll get it filled.
Every time we've had a fantasy baseball league, I torched you.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. That's a fact. Yes, I have.
No, that's your opinion.
Okay.
Now, I've not always finished in a high place, but you haven't torched me. Matter of fact, let me go look at the history.
Fantasy baseball is fun if you like fantasy baseball because you got to stay on top of that every single day.
True. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, what you got going on in Master Plan tomorrow?
Master Plan. I'm glad you asked.
Because you have no idea.
Wait a minute. Yes, I have a great idea. But before I say that, this show has been sponsored by Eternal Autographs and Memorabilia by FSP, and you'll find them on Facebook. You'll see people that are watching this broadcast
on YouTube.
It's scrolling down on the screen. Eternal Autographs and Memorabilia on Facebook by Mr. FSP. Great products to win.
You got your jersey yet?
What's that? Yes, I did. I got it 2 days ago.
Okay.
2 or 3 days ago. It came pretty quick. The quickest it's ever come, which really surprised me.
Because I sent it. We didn't rely on somebody else to send it. That's why that happened.
Is that right? Okay.
That's exactly right.
Well, thank you there. Anyway,
that worker has decided that she no longer wants to ship anything, and I'm like,
because you're so quick to criticize her,
dude. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! It is needed criticism.
Anyway, tomorrow on a master plan, we now know where each player that was eligible or wanted to go into the draft has been drafted and what team they're on or are going to be on because the draft is still going. I'm going to go with my picks of the rookies that are going to be fantasy relevant. It don't make a difference whether you're in the first round or the 7th round. It doesn't make a difference. I'm going to try to break down the most relevant players, the top 12,
So
maybe
Najee
more.
Maybe more. Najee Harris.
Players that are going to be relevant, in my opinion, in fantasy football. It may not happen in the first week, but it's going to happen.
Okay.
And like I said, people looking on Facebook and watching this broadcast.
This isn't on Facebook yet.
Looking and watching on Facebook and watching this and YouTube and watching this broadcast, whatever. If you're watching this, and if there's somebody who is broadcasting that they are a legend, and another one that is not saying they're a legend, but are a legend.
I am a legend. Thank you.
People, you have an opportunity to go back into the archives and listen to broadcasts on blogtalkradio.com/VICHBK and listen to the broadcast, specifically the broadcast in August, September, October, and maybe November, but definitely those 3 months over the past at least 6 years.
Okay.
And make your assessment of who is a fantasy football legend.
This guy.
Jamal Charles.
Last year.
Jamal Charles. Wait a minute. And these are the players you poo-poo me. And I'm gonna wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Ariel Foster, Jamal Charles.
I didn't poo-poo though.
Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon, Alvin Kamara, just Tyler Lockett, A.J. Brown. Come on.
I didn't poo-poo all of them.
Yes, you did.
Not all of them.
Hey, last year you said Kamara, no way. Last year, A.J. Brown, he's on a running team. That's not going to happen. Yeah.
That one I did say.
Yeah.
I did say that.
I know you did say that.
Listen.
People, some people are just legends and don't advertise it like this guy.
I know. I am a legend. And the only reason I advertise this week,
you know why?
I'm tired of you.
You know why?
Silly bill.
You know why?
You're gonna have to give back. You're gonna have to give it back because you're not gonna win it again.
You know. I don't have to. If people listen to me, can get their own assessment if I'm a legend or not. And being able to pick players out of the whole vast array of players in fantasy that are going to outshine the majority of the players.
No.
See, you fail to realize, but that's okay. Because when I win another championship over you,
okay, you know what?
Again?
Guy.
Yeah.
Don't get full of yourself. Don't get full
I'm not fooling myself.
I am the champion. I have more titles than you.
I keep it
it's
100.
Like I'm Rick Flair.
Wait a minute.
You're Hulk Hogan. You might be more famous because of the promotion, but I'm actually the real champ that people will remember.
Victor. How many leagues? Victor, I have the leagues that we've played in. I have done better than the leagues that we have both played in.
Dealing.
I have done better than you.
Have a gun.
Than you. The leagues, the overall leagues that we played in, I have done better than you. Come on. Stop.
Listen.
Stop it. Stop it. And it's killing you.
No.
It's killing. Yes, it is. It's killing you. That's okay.
It's not killing me because it's not true.
And when I tell, yes, it is. When I tell you, look. I had a friend of mine. Sadly, he passed away. And this is the God's honest truth. I used to give him when I went to the horse races. I used to give him winners, and he used to do the exact opposite because he trying to beat me.
I mean,
and the majority of the time he lose, and you are doing the same thing in a different way.
Nope.
Yes, you are.
Nope. I'm just better.
You don't want to fail to admit it.
I don't want to fail to admit it. That doesn't even make no sense.
Let me ask you something. Straight up, serious question, and can you answer it honestly? We played in many leagues in fantasy football together.
Correct.
Or have we not?
Yeah, I said correct.
And isn't it true? I have done better in fantasy football than you.
On some years, yes.
Majority years?
I said some years.
Yeah, okay.
I said some years.
I said, wait a minute. Listen.
Oh, I heard what you said.
You did? You sure? You sure?
You
sure? Are you sure about that?
Oh my God, this dude. Listen, guy.
Dude, we played in many fantasy football seasons.
Listen, the champ.
And I have done better than you when we play in the same leagues.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
All right, Victor.
I'm not going to look at you because you're being annoying.
Okay.
Look, man. Look.
People.
Oh, God.
Sunday, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the master plan, I will attempt to break down rookie players that have finally got drafted to their teams who are going to be the fantasy standouts due to the situation that they're in. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning, Sunday morning.
On the master plan.
On the master plan.
Are you live streaming or are you
this is my schedule. Okay?
Listening.
I'm going to be just on Block Talk Radio. The only time I'm going to be doing live streaming is when I do my mock draft, which is probably the second Sunday in every month. And starting in September, when fantasy football season starts, I'll be doing the live streaming every 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Okay.
To give you fantasy football advice and see if I can get you to the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to promise you a championship, but I promise you I'm going to give you a very good chance to get to the playoffs. And you can't get a championship unless you get to the playoff.
Whatever. You're right. I'm not going to dispute that, but ladies and gentlemen, it's me, FSP. That's who it is.
You suck at fantasy baseball, and you're not that good.
Excuse me, did I interrupt you?
Wait a minute.
Did I interrupt you when you went on your little spill? No.
You're right.
Quiet. Be quiet.
You don't have to tell me to be quiet.
Yes, I do. Look, you're still talking.
Victor.
You're still talking.
Victor, I apologize.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
All right.
You
Now,
have the floor.
Of course, it's my show. I have the floor. Of course.
I know it's your show. You have the floor.
Why are you talking? Why are you talking? Why are you talking? Okay, you got it. Thank you. Silencio, por favor. Maybe that you understand Spanish. I don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. FSP would like to let you know that it is with great pleasure. I don't know why he's doing that. It is with great pleasure that I provide you winners and playoff. Oh, I need to do what now? Wait, was she talking that Trump too? Okay. I provide you winners and I provide you fantasy studs on Saturdays because Jerry refuses to jump in. And he gets mad when I provide those great names. He says, see, you're doing it again. You're doing it. And that's what he does. But it's okay. Because he doesn't understand that I have great intellect and prowess when it comes to this. Jerry and I often are in the same draft rooms. And Jerry always picks the players that I'm going to get because we've discussed, players that we like. And he knows who I like. And I know who he likes. So he often snakes me because I've tried to change my strategy up a little bit. I try to change strategy, try to get the players before he thinks I'm going to get them. So he doesn't get them. And
I could care less.
Excuse me.
I could care less.
Did I yield the floor yet? Did I yield the floor? I did not.
What's the filibuster?
Yes. It's my show. I run the Senate and the House. So the bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. I am the legend. I am the husband, the dad, the fantasy football legend. Should go that way. However, we all have our down years. And last year was mine. I only have like 3 titles last year. 3 or 4 titles last year. I think he had narcolepsy because he's so old. I think so. But last year was a down year for me. Jerry had a very good year. It's fine. As he likes to say, every dog has his day, or every now and then a squirrel gets its nut. And that's fine. That's fine. He's throwing up 4 fingers like he's in the 4 horsemen right now, but he's not. So, with that being said, I want to thank everyone for listening to the show. I'm going to not allow Jerry to talk because he's on the screen throwing up numbers.
I didn't see that.
Dang. See, I was going to give you some time, but you want to throw your fingers up in the air and be on the TV, all in the videos, acting like P. Diddy and I'm Suge Knight. Come on over to me.
4 leagues we're in together. 4 leagues we're in together, people.
The show's going
Wait a minute. 4 leagues we're in together, people. And 3 of those 4 leagues, I was into the playoffs. And if you were in those leagues and took the advice that I was giving to you, because I play the same players I give advice with, you would have been in the playoffs in 3 of them. And one of those 3 leagues, I won a league championship.
Okay.
Victor in those leagues was either last or next to last.
Nope.
Wait a minute.
Nope. You were last in.
Wait a minute. I'm about to. Let me speak. Let me speak.
I'll give a little time.
In the one league out of the 4 leagues that Victor and I played in, last season, I was in last place. Like I said, people. Like I said, people.
Not even close.
Like I said, people. Fantasy football is
players.
Like I said, people. He's rudely interrupting me, but like I said, in fantasy, and I'm pretty sure that you've been playing fantasy for a while. You know that it's made up of some skill and a lot of luck. And in that one league I was in, I had very bad luck.
No. You were just very bad. That's a keeper. You kept the wrong players. That's what that was.
One of my Matthew Stafford getting hurt, and for the rest of the season.
Ain't my fault.
Come on. No, that's bad luck.
I'm not the GM. You should have been able to get a different quarterback. You should have had instead of going with your one quarterback on your team. Period.
Stop.
Oh no! If you're gonna tell people,
but on the other 3 leagues that I was in, I went
keepers.
Wait a minute. I went into the second round of the playoffs in 2 of those leagues, in the semifinals, and won the championship in the 3rd league. So, people, take my advice.
Listen, I'm not saying don't take my advice. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that
you're saying you're a legend. So you're saying take my advice. People, I don't have to say I'm a legend. My stats speak for themselves. My stats speak for themselves. I don't have to broadcast it.
Neither do I. Therefore, I don't. This is the one time in the past. Well, since we've been live streaming video, that I've worn anything remotely close to this. Anything. If you notice, I've been wearing a lot of shirts that have messages on them. I just so happened to wear this one today.
Yeah,
it was important. I'm not the one that brings out the belt that's a rental belt. And look at this, he's about to do it again. Look at him.
But it's my belt right now. But it's my belt right now.
It is.
And in this league, you were, I think, dead last. Or
no,
all right, you were next to last. It didn't make a difference. You
the
were
only dead last league was Lance's league, and I had previously won the championship the year before. Where'd you end up? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait a minute. This is the second year I'm in that league, and I win it.
I won it in my first.
This is the second year I won it, and I took a. Well, I shouldn't say I took a year off. I just got pushed out because I was too late in joining the league. So we'll see what happens this year, Mr. FSP, because this was a 14-team league and was the toughest of the 2 leagues.
Listen.
Yeah, okay.
Enjoy your time.
Oh, you know I am.
Because
You know I am.
Get us out of here, JT.
You see this? You see this right here? It's not the P.
Yeah,
it's not the P sign. It's going to be 2-time champion back to back.
No. We can put money on that because I'm going to win it. But,
as long as you don't want to be, I can't say it on there. About he's getting too many players. Oh, he's getting too many players.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Come on, stop.
I was warning the people about.
Oh, stop.
Well, with that being said, gentlemen, it is time to get out of here.
I'll go over it on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I best believe, if you're here or not, I'm going over it on Sunday of what happened.
You know I'm not going to be here because I'm on a plane.
Yeah.
Well, you already know that.
Well, if you ever listen to the archive, you know I'm going to be shouting out to you because I'm going to be talking about what you just crowded me out of saying.
I didn't do anything.
Yes,
I can tell the truth. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Fantasy Sports and Politics.
See you, people.
We're gone.
You wanna talk back, you in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your face. I know you got to live, you know I got mine. But there's like 50 others holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir. Next caller, please. And if I don't concur, we can agree to disagree. Fantasy sports and politics. Fantasy sports and politics.
Radio.
Goodbye.